Here's an introduction to rhetorical situations. First, let's understand what we talk about when we talk about rhetorical situations. Every rhetorical situation is comprised of three components, and some of these you may have heard of before. The first component is genre. Genre is the category to which a particular text belongs. For example, when we think about genres of movies, we might think about thrillers, horror films, or action films. Genres are developed by discourse communities in common rhetorical situations. This means that a group of people, known as a discourse community, talk about a particular subject in a particular way for such a stretch of time that those conversations become common rhetorical situations. Those groups of people interested in a common subject are referred to as discourse communities. And these common rhetorical situations arise when discourse communities talk about a particular subject in a particular way, so much so that those conversations both look and sound alike, resulting in a genre. The second component of a rhetorical situation is the audience, or sometimes referred to as the target audience. The audience of a rhetorical situation is the specific group of people for whom a text is written. These are the folks who are going to be reading, watching, or otherwise engaging with the text. The third component of a rhetorical situation is its purpose. This one might sound kind of obvious, but the purpose is the reason or the multiple reasons why a text has been created. Together, genre, audience, and purpose develop a specific rhetorical situation. To see this concept in action, here's an example. This video can be understood as a rhetorical situation. And here's the breakdown of those three components. We can understand the genre of this video as a digital educational video that's particularly focused on rhetoric and composition. And we can imagine that this genre has been developed for online asynchronous learning. This rhetorical situation's target audience is English 106 students at Purdue University. This video has been designed specifically with those folks in mind. And finally, this video's purpose is to introduce a core concept that students will need to understand in order to succeed in this course. It's important to identify a text's genre, target audience, and purpose so that we can understand the who, what, when, where, and why of a text. Understanding these components answers questions like, who is the author of that text? And additionally, who participates in the larger conversation? If someone is responding to the original author, who are those people? Identifying a specific rhetorical situation also gives us a better grasp on what the topic at hand is. It also illuminates when the conversation took place, as well as where this conversation takes place. Is it in one place, or does it occur in multiple spaces? And for folks who are joining after the fact, where can evidence of this conversation be found? Importantly, understanding a rhetorical situation also gives us some insight as to why the rhetor, otherwise known as the speaker or the author, is entering this larger conversation in the first place. Put simply, identifying a rhetorical situation helps us better understand a text. This information is crucial because in order for any message of any kind to be communicated effectively, the rhetor needs to understand their rhetorical situation, especially their audience's expectations. When authors enter a rhetorical situation, they need to ask themselves, who's listening? Anticipating that target audience's knowledge base, beliefs, and values, as well as any other factors that may affect those expectations, helps authors determine their rhetorical approach. It helps them determine how they should go about reaching that target audience. Authors design this rhetorical approach by selecting specific rhetorical appeals. To learn more about how these strategies contribute to a rhetorical situation, watch the video entitled Rhetorical Appeals. Thanks for watching!